Hello everybody, Darkspine Sonic 3 here, coming to you with another episode of Gauntlet Dark Legacy. In the last episode, we took care of the Chimera boss of the Castle Realm and took care of the Toxic Spire at the beginning of the Sky Realm. Now we're going on to the docks. They're air docks. Oh boy. We're introduced to a new enemy. Those things. Don't really know what they are. But I'll be damned if they're not tough. I mean, they're not tough at all. Look at this. I mean, by our standards, they're not really tough, but I guess for anyone else, they'd be kind of difficult because they take a couple hits, but I don't know. We're just too good at the game. So, I mean, what can you expect from the one and only Darkspine Sonic 3? Except I'm pretty sure that I'm not the one and only. But I can dream. Where is that? X-ray. Oh, that's it. And that was a waste. Let's see. This level is a bit lengthy. Now we're starting to get into the more tedious aspects of the game. Unfortunately, as the levels will take a while, and as we progress along even further in the game, we'll see that in some instances we actually will not be able to return for our treasure. We saw a little piece of that in Toxic Spires yesterday, but we never actually missed anything. Now it's a bit more difficult, or it's a lot easier to miss something, especially in the desert realm. Crap. I wish I could have gotten on that. It's not too difficult to miss stuff, but if you do, you won't be able to go back and get it. So it's not... Definitely, if you wanted something like, say, the secret character in the desert realm, you might be a little sad. But then again, we kind of also got a piece of that when we made it to Cloud 9. Speaking of which, we unlocked the unicorn, which I believe is a wolf. No, it's a knight. I think it's a knight. Alternate costume. Special beast with more stats. Don't quite remember. It should be. I'm gonna use my super shot. I love using the super shot. It's just so cool. Especially against this bastard. I mean, look at him. He's just taking... Okay, never mind. He's not taking it anymore. How many did I shoot? I didn't keep track of how many I shot. Get out of here. And he drops a pineapple. That's not too bad. Commentary is going to be very subpar for a little bit, considering I'm just really exhausted. It's been a long day. My friend Nate won't stop talking about friggin' 5 more days, then we get the new 3DS and Majora's Mask 3D. And I'm just like, oh, please stop. I mean, the first hour of my class it felt like it took 3 hours. That's how bad it was. So I'm not too pleased with how the waiting game is going to play out. And believe me, I am super excited for Majora's Mask 3D. I'm not too happy about the changes to the Deku spinning, but it's a small price to pay, if you ask me. I honestly don't really care that much about that, as long as I can enjoy the game at a similar pace. Let's get both of these treasures. Yeah! Oh, And more keys. Cool. White crystals, I believe, open up the ice domain. Venture further and you cannot return. Well, that's a good... That's... Hey! Buddy. Remember that talk we had about personal space? You're invading mine. Go away. I hope he didn't drop anything. I'd be so disappointed if he did, because I would have just lost it. I really do want to see if I can program an executable for this game to run on the computer. Stand alone on the computer, moreover. What was that? That was clearly an electric potion, but it also had some sort of fire effect to it. I'm confused. Hey, look at that! But yeah, like I mentioned before, making an executable doesn't sound too difficult if I have the programming knowledge, which I'm trying to get now that I'm basically being forced to take the college class that I've already been set up to fail in. I wish I didn't have to, because it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be super difficult. And as a matter of fact, I've already missed 4 class periods. And there's only been 8 so far, so I'm off to a pretty bad start. Where is... Huh? That won't break. There it is. No? What? We can't break it. Ah, that was kind of obvious. Huh. Sometimes they're hidden pretty well, but the textures and the way they don't blend, it'll give most of these secrets away. Pretty unfortunate, because that was a pretty good hiding spot. Oh well. Now, before I get on this, is there anything else I can grab? Nope. No more greed for me today. Oh, you want some too, buddy? Okay, someone was asking for it, but they'll get it in a second. What is it? Oh, boy. Come on. Also, in the Sky Dominion, they have a lot of additional, they have a lot of additional, generals guarding things. They aren't too difficult, but if you aren't prepared for them, they can take a pretty nice chunk out of your health, and they're everywhere, so you have to be cautious. There should be something here. I don't know. There might be a runestone here. I don't quite remember, because most of the levels from this point onward look basically the same, with one minor exception. So, yeah, definitely can't tell. However, we're getting there. I'm actually... Up. So there was death in that chest. I hope it wasn't a black one. Does the Black Death even come out of chests? I don't even know. I hope not, because that would have been a free level missed out on. And I want that. This is actually pretty cool. I like the design of the Sky Dominion level. It's just... it's fun. It's very scenic is what it is, and there's really nothing else but clouds. But you get to rush by the other ships, and it feels just amazing. It's definitely something that I enjoy doing, and let's face it, the skybox in this game is not the best. It looks pretty Windows 95. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. It looks very outdated, so you can't really expect much from it. But just breezing by those motherships like there's absolutely nothing wrong with the world is just a lot of fun. And I wish more games would do that, because let's face it, sometimes a nice little scenic exploration time is necessary to make a game feel immersive. And even though the levels here are pretty linear, they're also pretty fun. They're also very crucial when it comes to exploration. You can't just get by on... You can't just get by on not looking, because if you don't look, then you won't find the runestones. If you can't find the runestones, then you won't be able to beat the game. So it's definitely worthwhile. It's a worthwhile investment to take a look. And that also kind of applies to life. It's about to get deep in a second. Looking around is one of the most important aspects of human life, human sociology. If you don't look around, then life will just pass you by. So it's very important to keep in mind that, yeah, we're going through life, but we also need to remember that we should just look around and take in the surroundings every now and then. Because they won't be like that forever. Especially with the current way that not only the US economy, but it seems that the whole world is going. It seems that we're pretty close to having numerous crises on a very grand scale with energy and fuel and just all kinds of things. So it's very important to take in your surroundings while everything's still nice and not warring. And that's all I have to say on that, because really it's important and it's crucial. And a lot of the people I know take that for granted. Now, that scroll back there said a meal can distract you from a higher goal. Runestone. Yep. I think there's another one. Probably in like level 4 or something. Yeah, there's another one in the Sky Dominion. We'll get there when we get there. But a lot of my friends, they don't really pay attention to what's going on around them, and it's kind of bad when you really think about the fact that it won't be there forever. Nothing's gonna be there forever. And that's very unfortunate, because life is pretty beautiful. And that's something I never really thought about until I realized that I wasn't entirely happy with my life, and then I decided to do something about it. So I sought the help that I needed, and I prospered from it. So I think that everyone should be able to view life the same way. That's all I'm trying to say, because yeah, it's kind of important. And if you don't, then what's wrong with you? Yeah, I don't know. That was my dark spine rant for the day. Continue this path and you will leave the past behind, or some crap like that. I wasn't really paying attention. Though, yeah, I can kind of infer that we're screwed. Oh, I was hoping that was a Black Death. Might as well get my anti-death ready, just in case, because we haven't encountered one this whole episode, and I highly doubt that they would put just one in the level. Oh my god, those things are weird. And they're just like spinning around like that. What is their deal? Thankfully, there are a bunch of holes in the platform, so they won't really make their way over. Because, like I mentioned before, the AI is pretty stupid. It's an effectively stupid AI, where when they get to you, they latch on and they will not let you move. They won't let you breathe or anything. But if they get caught up on something, that's it for them. Because you can probably shoot right above it and hit your mark. Now let's head back over here. So, yeah. Very important rant for the day. Yeah. It wasn't something that I was really expecting to talk about, it just kind of happened. So, but like, for the longest time, I wasn't too happy with the way things were going because I never really felt like I was accomplishing anything by doing what I was doing previously. In which case, what I did previously was nothing. And so I really wanted to change that. And can you blame me? If I'm doing nothing, then it just doesn't feel good. So let's just get going. So there's something oddly accomplishing about doing this, and it feels really good to be able to say that I did this. For example, Gauntlet's one of my favorite games of all time, yet I never actually get the chance to play it too often. When it comes to actually, when it comes to recording it for other people to watch, I never get to do that. And that's something that I wanted to do for a very long time, but I never had the actual technology, I didn't have the equipment to do so. Now I have it thanks to my brother. He gave me a Hauppauge HD PVR 2 Gaming Edition, just rolls right off the tongue. And I was able to do stuff that I wasn't really able to do before with my crappy EasyCap knockoff. And it means a lot that he actually wanted to support me with that, because that's something that I wanted to do for a very long time. I began my YouTube channel with the intention of being as professional and as good as Chugga Conroy, but back when he was starting out, he was nowhere near as professional as he was now. I ended up watching a lot more. I ended up watching Nintendo Capri Sun and Proton John and Josh Jepson, and I really took a liking to how they presented their videos and how they presented their facts. And I thought that it was something really interesting, and it was something that I wanted to strive to do. The fact that my brother was willing to support that, the fact that my family hasn't really given me anything bad about it, the fact that they're proud of me sometimes. And I use sometimes kind of loosely because they never really talk about it. But the fact that they're willing to support it really means a lot. And so, even with a very small fan base, nearly nobody cares who I am, except for me. And I'm pretty glad for that, because there's nobody that I want to appeal to more than I do. There's no one that I'd rather make happy than myself. And with that, there's a lot more people that I do make happy, and I'm so glad that I do. It's not exactly something that you can take lightly. When your presence really affects someone's life, it's definitely a meaningful thing. Why won't this enemy die? There it is. Here I am talking about how meaningful life is while I kill these weird alien things. Ah, good times. So, there's just a lot. There's a lot regarding that needed to be said. And there are some people that just can't say it. I had a lot of trouble saying it for years. Even now, it's still kind of difficult to explain how it felt the very first time I uploaded the video, how it felt the very first time I actually completed a series. It felt great. It was something that I really loved doing, and it was something that felt even better when I managed to do it more consistently. I uploaded a Plants vs. Zombies video every day until that series was done. And I uploaded even more for Super Mario Sunshine, and when I completed that, I felt that it was something that I had a pretty firm grasp on, so I ended up doing Majora's Mask in this game as a result. And it's very important to me. I can't really explain why. It's just something. But it's mine. And so it's something that I plan to keep. Regardless of how anyone feels about it. Because there were some people, cough cough, counselors at school, they weren't too pleased that I had any sort of activity that wasn't really benefiting the school.
You have found a runestone.
And so they told me to drop what I was doing. They weren't aware that I was making videos, but they told me to drop what I was doing, put any workload that I had on my mother, and then basically ruin everything for anyone I was ever close to. And I just can't do that. Anyway, I'm Darkspine Sonic 3. If you liked what you saw in this episode, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, because I've got a lot more to show. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and goodbye.